Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today I'm going to show you how to correct the problem with a door that sticks. As you can see with this one, here it sticks. I'm going to bring you in there. I'm going to show you where it's sticking, how to mark it, take the door off, and then we're going to bring it outside. We're going to put down a rag on the floor or a drop cloth or something, and then we're going to fix that door once and for all, and we're not going to have to worry about it again. So let me show you what's going on with it first. Okay, this is the problem right there. You see how close that is right down there? Okay, let's check the rest of it. The rest of it appears to be okay. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to mark the door down on the bottom here where it's actually sticking. You can see it right down on the very bottom right there. We're going to mark it right here where it's sticking, and then we're going to take the door off. And the way that we take the door off is we come over here to these hinges, we pop out that hinge, we hit it up from the bottom, or you get in here with the screwdriver right here, and we just knock it out. Alright, the same thing on that one up the top right there, exact same thing. Alright, so let me grab a screwdriver and let's take this door off and we're going to mark it. Okay, now we're going to see where it's actually touching right here. And we can see it's right here. So we're going to go from there up to about here. Okay. Okay, so now that we have it marked, let's take the door off and then we'll bring it outside. We'll mark it with a square and then we'll plane it off. Now remember what I told you about taking the hinge off itself? We're going to take this screwdriver, come up underneath here, just like this, and you tap it, and you see that the pin comes up with the exact same thing up on top. Catch it on the edge right here, and just tap it. And then we'll take these pins out. If they stick, you can just tap it out. Okay, and then we just take our pin out like this. We do the exact same thing on the bottom one as well. Hold the door just in case it moves. We take the door and we just lift it off very carefully, don't drop it. Just like this, and then we'll take the door outside and we're going to mark it and we're going to plane it. We're going to take this out just so we can draw a nice straight line, and you can see where it was actually touching right here, so we're going to take care of that right now. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to come up here, we're going to take our straight edge just like this, and we're going to put it on the marks that we previously made. Like that. We're going to draw a line. Just like that. And that is how far we're going to plane this door down so that it fits properly. And what I mean by planing, there's a tool that they have, and this is called a plane, and what you do is you adjust this depth right here so that you take off very, very little each time you slide this across the top. Now I will tell you this door, even though it looks like this is perfectly straight here, there is a slight angle on this because when it closes in, you don't want to have it hit the door frame itself. So we are going to plane this at a very slight angle, where this side here is going to be slightly lower than this side here. All right, so enough talking. Let's start planing. Okay, now remember, you don't want to take a lot off at a time. You want to just do a little bit each time till you get it down to that area there. All right, so let's just do this nice and easy. going to bring you over here so you can see. Remember, you just go a little bit each time. You don't want to go too much. Okay, as you can see, now we're right down to the line that we marked on there. Let's hang it up and make sure it fits okay. And then we're going to take a piece of sandpaper and we're going to sand this very lightly so that it's nice and smooth so we can put our finished coat of paint on it. So, okay, and then after you've planed it down and it's nice and smooth, and remember what I told you, this has to be at a slight angle because this is closing into the door jamb itself first, so it's got to be at a slight angle. Once you have it to the point where you think it's going to be okay and you've planed it down, you could hit it with a file to file it down if you want, or you can just take a piece of sandpaper and smooth it down before you hang it back up. So let's smooth it down. We're going to hang it up and make sure it clears okay, and then we'll put a finished coat of paint on here. Okay, now we're going to hang it back up with our hinges. You catch the top one first, and then you can catch your bottom one. Then we'll get our pins and put our pins back in. Like that. And we'll put our bottom one back in. All right, they're in. Now we are going to plane it down a little bit more here because as you can hear, it still sticks a little bit. Okay, so we still have it rubbing just a little bit right up in the top right over here. It wasn't rubbing before because the bottom was actually touching into it, so it kept it from pushing in. But before we put this back together, we're going to take this lock assembly out and we're going to plane this area right up in here as well. All right, so the way you take this lock out here is you just come in here with a screwdriver just like this. You unscrew these screws. There's just two screws right here, here, and here. We're going to take those screws out and we'll remove the lock from the door. We're going to take the one screw all the way out because we don't need to have two of them in there. I'll show you what I mean. We'll take it totally out. This one we're going to loosen up, but we're not going to take it out all the way yet. We're just going to loosen it. And now we'll come over on this side here. We're going to reach around the back and hold the lock itself, the latch, or the outside part of the lock. Take the screw out, and we pull this off. Then we pull this one out, and we'll put these down. And then we're going to take out this screw here, and this screw here, and we'll remove the latch itself. Take it out. Okay. And now we're going to take the door back off. Okay, now we're going to take the door back off. We'll bring it out there onto that cloth, and we're going to plane it down a little bit more. Then we'll plane it, we'll sand it, and then we'll put it back up. So let's go outside and finish this job up. Okay, all right, so now we're all sanded down. All right, let's hang this door back up and let's see if it fits okay. All right, get our one hinge in. We'll put our second hinge in down the bottom. I know you can't see it. Put our second hinge in, and now we'll check it, and we'll make sure. And as you can see, let me bring it in there. I'll take it. Okay, and as you can see now, there is plenty of clearance inside the door itself. Okay, now before we put this lock back on here, we're going to come in here and we're going to paint this first. So normally what you would do now is just reinstall your lock right here. All right, but we're going to clean this off with a cloth, a wet damp cloth, and we're going to clean it off, and then we're going to paint it, and then this job will be done. Okay, so that's it. You have a door that's sticking or not closing properly, you can plane it down just a little bit. And I will tell you this, certain times of the year, your door will stick because it expands because of the humidity in the air. This door wasn't sticking at all until it got very humid, and then it started to stick. So you may run into the same problem, seasonal type expansion of the door itself. But this will take care of it. Once the paint is on, it'll look like it was never touched before. But that's an easy job that just about anybody can do themselves. You need a plane and some sandpaper, a hammer and a screwdriver, and you're good to go. And of course paint to put it back on. All right, so this job is all done. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.